Good morning, just getting ready for the conference. I had a bit of creases on my pants and I went to go to the iron and then it started like beeping, which is really annoying because then I'm gonna have a little bit of, I don't know, have some creases, but hey, just gotta get ready. Yeah, ready for WDX conference, gonna be really good. I'm a bit sleepy, it was cold last night. I'll show you the this beep look. What the? So I'm just gonna go pick up Leon. He's gonna be helping me with like filming today and stuff. So just gone to his house. It's a bit rainy, a bit cloudy today. Hopefully it's not gonna be cold in the conference center. We'll have to go all the way to St. Leonard. So it's like almost in like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour away. And yeah, so I wanna pick him up and then we're gonna go and gonna have some fun. So one of the things as a designer, I always used to think that going to conferences was like a waste of time. I'd always just try and get jobs like online, you know, whether LinkedIn or The Loop or just trying on portfolio sites. But what I didn't realize is that when you connect with other people, it opens up doors of opportunity. And a lot of designers don't know that. And so it's always good, get out there, you know, don't be shy. You got to step out your comfort zone. And when you really like step out of your comfort zone, that's where you really grow, where you really flourish. And yeah, I'm always meeting new people, going to design events, but also trying to go to business events as well. And you need to find that balance of like, you know, maybe every 2 months or 3 months, you're like going to different events. Sometimes you might have to invest, but it's totally worth it. Because if you just meet that one person that they might need a brand designer or a freelancer, you know, you could meet an agency, you know, especially if you're a junior, you want to have leverage by speaking to as many people as possible and making connections. And you only do that by like going to events, talking to people. What's one of the key things that helped you overcome that, like when you're transitioning to like, when you're a junior designer, graphic designer, like I know you love to print because I used to love print as well.
Yeah.
What's one of the things that helped you overcome like that transition from print to like digital and web and stuff?
Honestly, it's to do with my passion because, you know, I was really clear with what my purpose was. Like I knew I loved designing beautiful things and that just kept me going and just kept me like persevering. As I said, like from my talk, it was more like I just tried to find ways where I kept, you know, pushing my design craft. Yeah, that's what kept me going.
Yeah, awesome. That's amazing. And like what's one piece of advice you'll give to say someone just starting out, they're trying to, you know, build their career, get a job. What would be your best advice or a lesson you've learned? It's
honestly just being very open to everything. Because when you're starting out, it's really hard to know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So you've got to actually experience it firsthand and use that experience to make informed decisions. You know, once you've experienced it yourself, you can say for yourself like, okay, that's not for me, or oh, that's something that really interests me. So then that helps you know like where you want to go next.
Yeah, exactly. So you would say like experimentation is important, like in the early phases.
I would say so, for sure.
Awesome. Okay, one question. What are your thoughts on AI? And do you think we should be using it?
No, I deliberately kept it out of my talk. I think for designers, now they have to use that as one of the tools. So when ChatGPT first came out, I wasn't really using it. And then I saw my like colleagues, they were like quickly grabbing like content and stuff. And I was like, how are you guys so fast? Because I'm like taking a million years. And then they're like, ChatGPT. And I was like, okay. And then so I had to keep reminding myself to like use it. And you know, it's not supposed to replace the design process. It's supposed to enhance it, right?
True.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome. I love that. Awesome. Any other thoughts you want to share before?
No, just have fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So I have with me the boys from Realoom. We've got Dan and Adam, and yeah, we've met before. What helped you overcome sort of that early stage of building Realoom and building a startup? Like, what helped you overcome those obstacles?
I guess in the early stages, just focus, right? Just like understanding where to put your attention and energy. And I think a lot of the early successes of Realoom came from just doing a lot of deep work. And like, I think Adam and I did really well at sort of separating our roles, but when we did that work, we went deep, and that was the only reason why we were able to build a library whilst building an agency. So I think,
did you use any like time management hacks or anything?
Just a classic. Well, for me, just classic like blocking out time, deep work, and not calling each other.
Yeah, like when I think of time management, it's like batching. Like we were like batching our time, prioritizing deep work, like less meetings. But when it's just two of you, it's a bit more. But from a designer's perspective, I think like designers have this like superpower when starting a business, because they can bring something from 0 to 1 and make it look a lot more professional, and like you can basically start a lot of your business using the skills of design, but not only like making things look good, but like how you think and approach problem solving is how we've built Reloom, is looking at like how do customers use our products, and like really going hard on like, and this is typical, but like really understanding the customer and then designing a product and testing and iterating. That's all part of the design process. So I think more designers should be founders, to be honest. But yeah, that's my.
Do you think every designer that sort of starts out maybe in graphic design and branding, do you think they should transition to being a business owner, doing a startup or product? What do you think?
Yeah, I think there are parts, definitely, like I'm lucky enough to work with Dan, who complements me on like the areas that I have my weaknesses, because which is super important, like the complementing ourselves. But in terms of going from branding to graphic design to like even thinking more about product, I mean, if you can get a product right, you can build a good business around that, and then you start learning the other parts of the business. And these skills are transferable across like marketing, like branding. You can start looking at marketing, even how you think and approach like the experience of your employees and bringing them in. It's all like thinking about how am I going to position or communicate, things like that. It's top of mind at the moment for me, but yeah.
Anything to add? Or
The greatest hack for any creative is to start an agency of some sort, because I think it teaches them both the art of not only creating from a like creative standpoint, but also to get it done. So like actually helping with execution, because money is on the line. So I think the agency model is so useful. Like the byproduct is you make money, but the other thing from that is that you learn how to ship, you learn how to work with multiple clients, but you also get insights into like either building a new company for yourself as a product or insights into other. I'm biased because we started Reloom as an agency,
100%.
but I still think like as a playbook, that's something in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Like, that is the best way to start something. If you don't know what to start, just use your creative skills to start an agency and leverage that into other things.
Yeah, exactly.
To start off with services, whatever your skill sets, and then just go from there,
Learn
right?
how to sell, like that's huge.
Yep.
A lot of creatives, that's like they go into business and they still have that like, I'm just gonna do the work. But like when you start a business, it's like you still do the creative work, but you're now a salesperson, so you need to like be able to sell, and that is like such a valuable skill to stack with being a creative.
So what are your thoughts on AI? And I know Canva has launched AI Magic and all that now. Do you see it as a team player in the future of designers, or will it be a disruptor? What are your thoughts?
I'm very much on the team that this is coming to help us, come to help everybody. I think that AI is at these early stages, we could say, it's coming very quickly. We are seeing a lot of nice things coming up, and some things make sense, some don't make sense.
Yeah, true.
But that, I think, is just the beginning. So I can see that AI will definitely bring every single industry just to a new level that we probably are not aware of it yet.
True.
It's quite like there is a big sense.
Right?
There's a big sense of surprise, I think, still to come in a really good way. So I personally just don't feel any scared, but I'm much more excited. And
What would be your one advice to a young designer who wants to do this full time? Like, what would be your encouragement to them?
don't diminish the power of practicing, and that's why I think goes back to the advice of get it going, get it started. So if you get yourself into the projects earlier on, no matter if the project is big, is small, important, not important, you need to start.
All right, I'm with my friend Jacob. You know Jacob Cass from
Hello.
Just Creative, and you know my audience is full of graphic designers, and you've been a designer for many years.
What's
one thing a young designer can do to get a job in today's day and age?
I've not looked for a job for many years. I'm a bit out of practice. Want to know why you want to work somewhere, I think.
Do you think they should start freelancing or just go to agency? Like, what do you think?
For me, it would be agency, because you get to learn from other people around you.
Yeah.
And if you just go out on your own, I don't think you get the right experience.
Yeah, 100%. And being, a brand designer for so long, what's like one tip that someone can implement, like working with clients? Like, what's the most important like part of the process they should do?
Asking the right questions. So that's something I missed
Keys.
early in my career, is asking the right questions and understanding why they're there, what they're trying to achieve, who they're trying to target, and those key principles are, what creates a solid design brief. So
Having that brand workshop, doing a bit of strategy, that's more important, right? At the
yes,
start.
absolutely.
Yeah. And now I know you love AI. Do you think it's very disruptive, or do you think
you had
we
to
should
go
use
there.
it? Yeah,
You had to go.
Do you think it's disruptive, or should we be embracing it? Like, what are your
Oh,
thoughts?
absolutely embracing it. I think you're going to be left behind if you don't embrace it. So it's not going anywhere. So absolutely get into it.
So
Experiment.
What are some apps that you're using at the
You're not
moment?
going to pitch your course, are you?
No, no selling, no selling.
Okay. Some apps. I've been experimenting with Adobe Firefly and the Adobe Suite. Obviously, they've integrated
it's really good,
Firefly, which is awesome. Midjourney I've experimented with. Even just like other like AI tools like logo design generators, which are terrible. But just experimenting and seeing how you can improve your workflow. ChatGPT, obviously. Just seeing how you can integrate it, improve your processes. And
Amazing. All right, one more question. What's one piece of advice you'd give your younger self, just starting in design, to transform their career, their life?
Ooh, the younger self. Geez, do the work. Do the work. Keep showing your work. Own your spot in the journey. And be okay with it. Everyone starts from the bottom.
From scratch.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your time. What would be one piece of advice you would give to your younger self, like for someone that's trying to get a job or like growing at the creative industry? What would you recommend?
Gee, that's hard. Work on your portfolio and persist. And get working on your portfolio from like as early as you possibly can.
Do you reckon like pro bono projects or like just create up concepts? Or what do you reckon?
You can just even kind of make up your portfolio as you go. A lot of people do that, and it's really quite easy to do these days. So even if you just took a website that you think has a poor design and just redo that design, or go and create an app in Figma and just redesign it.
Good
And you can even go get a job that way. Just go to the company. I redesign.
Yeah, I heard that. One good method is like redesign the company, like find a problem in the website, redesign it, and then pitch it to them, right?
Absolutely.